Okay, cool. Episode 7, Game Recognized Game Podcast. Welcome back, everybody. Today we have Justice and we have Toss. Unfortunately, CJ is not here right now. We were just talking about this dude. CJ
You're
loves
dealing with some alimony.
CJ loves to kind of ask rhetorical questions whenever he's sort of in the wrong about something. So he sent us a text earlier today, just kind of like, we're still meeting at 9:30, right? Knowing that the schedule hasn't changed in a month. So yeah, we're just gonna get it rolling. He'll probably jump in a little bit later. How you doing, Toss?
Chilling.
I'm actually
I
really
guess
I'm really glad that you're on this episode and you're sort of the first one here, because one thing that I had in my mind, first topic, honestly I didn't think I was going to talk about this. I saw my boy Conor McGregor. You guys see the Bruce Lee up there. He had a lot of Bruce Lee similarities back a couple years ago. He was saying he wanted to be like water. He was mixing the styles, different things. And since losing that big fight to Floyd, we've seen nothing but allegation after allegation from numerous women claiming that he sexually assaulted them or raped them or whatever. Now, we all know that there are some girls who kind of like to make up some stuff to try to get some money, maybe even some publicity. But for the most part, once you start to see a pattern of this type of stuff, at some level where there's smoke, there's probably some fire. I don't know. I haven't read too much into the issue. I don't really care. Not that I don't care about the women who were involved or anything. If they were hurt in any way, hopefully they get justice. No pun intended. But I didn't even want to look at this issue again because it's like, again, allegations here and there. But then again, I looked at it one more time, and I had another friend kind of go about this scenario from a different perspective of, if you're a celebrity who's famous, who has a lot of money, etc., and you're getting in these types of issues, you are dumb. You're a stupid person. I don't understand how celebrities who literally have women throwing themselves at them are still getting charged with assault, which means like you forced the issue, right? I don't understand how girls who are sliding in your DMs are accusing you of, being aggressive in a situation. And I also don't understand why some of these celebrities are not protecting themselves better. Simple NDA when you come over, camera, text message receipts. This dude, Conor McGregor, has been accused. This probably has to be his fourth or fifth time of this thing now. And this dude has kids and everything. You still don't have any proof to be like, here's what happened, or here's
Yo. Back up real quick. So what would you do? You said NDA, and then you said what after that?
camera. Have a
Camera.
Yeah. And then this one just came to me. I think I just messaged you about this. Have a camera.
What would you do with that camera?
Have a
What would
camera
you do with the
inside the house, just on like a store, and let the girl know, like, hey, just so you know, as a successful guy in LA, I got to protect myself. There are cameras in the house. If anything on camera shows up on the internet or defames you in any way, feel free to sue. But just for my own protection and yours as well, I have these cameras rolling just to mitigate any sort of bad intentions that others may have. Are you cool with that?
What if it's in a hotel and not in your house?
Same thing, bro. Whose hotel room is it? You always, here's another thing. As a guy, you want to have home court advantage. Why would you put yourself in a situation, an unknown scenario? You don't know what her house is like. You have no idea what her hotel room is like. Why would you put yourself in that scenario? You have everything to lose. So, but you Toss, I know you. So clearly, if I'm a Conor McGregor, I have a camera, I have NDAs I'm making people sign. I'm not even meeting with the girl myself. I'm having my promoter, my assistants, them filter out the girls for me and kind of get them all sort of geared up to meet me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all signed paperwork. We all know these girls are cool. Then they're coming to me. I'm not going out. I'm not DMing girls myself. But you actually sell like security alarms. So what is your take on this in terms of how do you think guys should protect themselves in 2020 moving forward?
I was gonna say, if you just put a camera somewhere all willy nilly without any sort of, you might be breaking some wiretapping laws if you don't clarify that they're actually there. But luckily, you were able to kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
Dude,
Is it stupid?
While you're on that point, though, would it be also okay if you just put like one of those signs you see in the stores where it says, "Oh, smile, you're on camera," or like, "Oh, just so you know, the house is protected by ADT cameras," whatever?
I think it would be funny if you did do that. If you got that sign just as a novelty, you just kind of point at the camera just so, see how long it would take for her to notice. You know what I mean? And then just see what the reaction would be. That'd be pretty hilarious. It's like, is that a camera? Yeah. What, does this make you uncomfortable? Oh, sorry. I gotta get my security out here, you know what I mean? As a matter of fact, if we're looking at security and then they just hand out my business card and shit, that would be dope. But ultimately, like, you were asking whether or not it's stupid, or you think it's stupid for dudes within that sort of like in that sort of like celebrity scene to be doing shit like that and then getting caught for it. But you got to take some other things into context. When you're somebody that has that type of, to a certain, like, power, there's a sense of entitlement that kicks in too. Especially for somebody like Conor McGregor, this is somebody that was at the top of the food chain in UFC. He was the best fighter. He's a champion, multiple belts, yada yada yada. You can only imagine the sort of entitlement that he was ingraining into himself when he's at that level.
Right.
The other question I would ask is, when did this incident happen with this chick that's accusing him of sexual assault? Because if it was within that time frame, then this guy was just full of ego and a sense of entitlement, ego, all that stuff. He probably felt like he was invincible. Obviously, things tend to come back and bite you in the ass if you're not, sensible about shit. It all kind of traces back to composure and just being present and aware of what you're doing, of your actions. Because at any point in time when you're forcing yourself onto somebody, that's an impulsive reaction. That's an emotional decision you're making again. So this is going to be my theme throughout. This is just my principle. Mm-hmm. Any type of emotional decision, impulsive reaction, it's more often than not going to be within your favor. Obviously, in this situation, it came back to bite him in the ass. And yeah, you were asking, why would somebody within that sort of like, in that, somebody like Conor McGregor, why would they do something like that when women are just lining up, I mean, it doesn't matter where you're at, dude. Like, people can still be selective. Who is this woman? Have we seen this woman? Do we know their personal relationship or whatever? Like, we don't necessarily know the full context into what was going on. So to make an assumption like, oh, you got women lining up, da 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 da. Hey, we're all human beings at the end of the day. We all know what we like. And as I will say this, there's a woman that checks all the marks of what you would want. Those are hard to come by. I'm not just talking about physical attraction. I'm talking about, everything else, the intangibles. If she checks out the intangibles,
Oh,
That's
hold on, bro. Hold on. Let's not get too.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to like I'm speaking in hypotheticals. I don't know the full context as to what was going on in his situation. I'm just saying when somebody is quick to jump to a conclusion like, why would he do this? You got women everywhere. You can get anybody you want. Well, yeah, dude.
Well,
But also,
here's what I want you to understand. Here's the point I'm trying to make, though. Right? Allegedly arrested, right? And this is what we're talking about. We're not really talking about like what happened, what didn't happen. We're talking about the fact that he had an allegation, which means he got accused of something. And the only reason you would get accused of something from a girl is either number one, if it really happened and she feels, she was wronged, or number two, if she has something to gain from accusing you of this. My issue that I
obviously you have something to gain. The biggest contingency in this story is what I would want to know is when it happened, when it transpired. Was he at the height of his career, or
yeah, but see, that's where you and I differ because I'm like, he's always, because he was like the number one fighter, he has his whiskey business and shit. He's always going to be in the mindset that he's kind of untouchable. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, after a fight, there's more of an emotional high.
I don't know if untouchable is the right word, man, because Floyd touched him a good amount of times.
Yeah, fair enough. But what I'm saying,
Nate Diaz,
when you're a successful guy and you're used to getting away with stuff, you're kind of always in the mindset that you can kind of do whatever you want. Your life is, I can do whatever I want. Like, you don't need an emotional high to do that.
So yeah, we're kind of on the same page on that.
Okay.
So what's your point?
I'm just saying, like, I don't think he was overly emotional in this. My whole problem with this is, why did you put yourself in the situation that this could even happen? Like, even if the girl has every right to accuse you of whatever she wants, but the fact that you don't have any form of way to protect yourself at all you have is your word against hers, and this is like his fifth or fourth allegation now.
Is it his first sexual allegation, or is it in terms of
his third, fourth, or fifth? I lost track at this point. But there's a lot of other people, and not to mention punching old people, to the point where I'm just like, dude, and not just him too. It's every celebrity. These dudes, like Cuba Gooding Jr. has allegations out right now, right? And there's been a plethora of other people. Why? Recently too, and it's just like, dude, why aren't you guys protecting yourselves? Why aren't you guys taking more precautions? Because you have so much more to lose. Why not just set up the camera? Why not just make this girl sign an NDA? Why not like take receipts of all your text messages? This is for a rich guy. That's pretty easy. You can pay it. Your assistant should be doing all this for you. And for the average guy like you and me who are trying to come up, like, yeah, we may not have girls who are like intentionally coming over to try to like, cause us harm.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, but as you start to like climb up the ranks and stuff, girls know like, oh, single black dude in a better part of Los Angeles with a really nice apartment to himself and like has a decent job. Like, she knows like, okay, this dude's he's probably successful. He's probably doing something. Like, let me know. They're gonna start to think a little bit, and at that point, it's incumbent upon you to protect yourself. And that's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So the valid point that you made is this. Okay, if similar situations have already transpired, then shame on him for not being able to take the necessary precautions. How old is Conor?
I want to say he's probably like 30.
30.
But he's married and has 2 kids, I believe.
Yeah, he's married. He has 2 kids. 30 in his mid 30s or whatever. He's a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of his daily routines would probably be, focused and predicated toward training, getting his body right, shit like that. things like this, it's kind of understandable to know, or to it's understandable to think that a lot of his focus isn't necessarily on this whole Me Too stuff going on, even though he's done shit in the past or whatever. Like, he probably didn't prioritize that coming back to bite him in the ass as much as where his focus was in terms of on his profession. You get what I'm saying? So it's a matter of prioritization. Obviously now, now that it's at this level, you know what I mean? Like, it's been put up another notch. This might be the learning lesson for him to, he didn't see the precautionary tales before, but now it's probably, coming to his understanding that, probably keep some receipts, man. Probably, do some screening,
Also,
and while saying all this, also, we still don't know. Maybe he did do this shit.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Fair enough. I'll say this too, for some of the younger guys listening and stuff. This, although it sounds counterintuitive that having a camera could help you with your game, it actually makes you look better, because having a camera out there says that you have something to protect, right? If I'm just inviting you over to my house to come hang out, chill, hang out and stuff, maybe over for like a glass of wine, or you have another guy who's out there who's like, yo, I'm also gonna invite you over for a glass of wine, but before you come over, like, just to protect myself, I'm gonna there's cameras in the house. The girl's probably going to be like, okay, the only guys who make her sign NDAs, the only types of guys who have cameras in their house, etc., are guys who are successful. Why would a unsuccessful dude have a camera? Like,
Well, let me address this first. Okay, first of all, if this is going to be a casual encounter, like, if there's just one thing going on here, okay. Yeah, maybe addressing the cameras, yeah. Just this thing. Addressing that there's cameras in the room makes things awkward. Okay? It makes things, yeah, she'll, whoever it is, they'll be under the acknowledgement, okay, we're being watched, but hey, we're being watched. Now, the thing that we were talking about previously, putting like some sort of like indication that there's cameras, whether it's like a ADT sign, whether it's like a sign that says, smile or whatever, it's up to her to notice that.
No. What the point I'm trying to make now is the cameras all actually make you more high value, because only a successful guy would have something to protect.
That's not true. That's not true at all. Okay, I set up people with some pretty, just on the cusp of 600 on the Equifax. Okay, and they got cameras too.
No. What I'm saying, though, is the perception of it. You seem like a higher value guy because you're being more protective of yourself, versus the guy who's like, yeah, there's no cameras, there's nothing. There's like, like whatever happens. It's like, all right, dude, if you have nothing to lose, yeah, you're not going to buy insurance when you don't have anything to lose. But when you have something to lose, that's when you buy insurance. So she's like, oh, the only people I've ever seen with cameras in their house are Drake, Meek Mill, and Kobe. So if this guy has a camera in his house, he must also be successful like them, because most of the other Tinder dudes that I go out with don't have them. So,
well, I mean, that's not necessarily a camera thing. That sort of principle can be synonymous with anything. It's like sort of just correlating certain things. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, this guy lives in a nice complex. This other dude lived in a nice complex. This other dude had a gate guy. So he obviously must be successful. So this is the only thing I'm saying.
Hey.
I'm not trying to intentionally try to debunk you, but I'm just telling you.
That's girl logic, though. Oh,
he's kind
of like my ex-boyfriend? All right, he must be, I'm gonna see what he's about.
You can't really say it's girl logic. I mean, it's just sort of like, it's common logic, I guess. It's just like connections You're right, but also like you're not. You're technically right. I'll put it there.
Y'all hear me?
Hey, wait, is that CJ?
Yeah, it looks like this fight's over, man. Someone's stumbling right now, so I'm gonna jump in right now, man. I didn't want to just jump in out of nowhere, so
We could hear you, but we can't see you, just like your kids.
yeah, I know. I'm fixing the camera right now.
Yo, fun fact: CJ's got we call him Sean Kemp because he got a lot of illegitimate kids out there, man.
You just trying to throw some body shots on.
That's a joke, sort of.
We're gonna put a laugh track over that just so get some acknowledgement.
It's all good, man. You know, we're just a couple of dudes just having a goof.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna laugh at that either.
What are you doing, man? Why you got them shoes on your neck, bro?
What's up, y'all? Sorry I'm late.
What kind of shoes are those, first of all, man?
Hey, man, you know what's crazy? Last week, right? Then I showed you guys these, right? The Pumas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? Neymar signs with Puma, huh? Neymar signs with Puma, huh? The Puma family, man. Shout out Puma. I mean, these cool too.
Which one of your Nigerian uncle's closets did you raid, bro?
Got these, just shout out Puma. The team.
Look like somebody was playing with him on the streets.
Bruh, J. Cole signs a Puma, now every rapper in the game trying to all right, bro.
Just quick, just saying, shout out Neymar, shout out the Puma team, Jay-Z, what's up? Had a quick little talk. He sent me those, said, thanks for shouting out the team over on the podcast. And yeah, so it is what it is, just gotta shout it out.
He did? What'd he say? What'd he tell you?
We don't like to talk about our private conversations. I'm not gonna leak out our private conversations.
Oh man, you can't even tell us how the conversation went a little bit?
Come on, you know how it is, bro.
How does he address you?
CJ, we ain't on a special. I just joined the Puma team. You feel me? So it's not like I'm on that level, but we'll get there. We'll build a relationship.
So you try to slip up your mixtape. He was like, nah, bro.
Yeah, see, we ain't on that level yet. So I haven't done that yet. I didn't want to be disrespectful. You feel me? We're not on that relationship level yet. So.
He probably tried to slip it in. He did one of his like nervous laughs. Oh. Just focus on the shoes.
Exactly. I didn't want to, disrespect him like that. So, but yeah, shout out the Puma family. Shout out Brooklyn, the Nets, Steve Nash signing him as the head coach. I forgot to bring this up last week. But I don't know, guys. I think I might be a Nets fan next season.
Because of Steve Nash?
I mean, they've been coming up. The Nets.
Yeah, they've been coming up. I mean, you got KD, who is the best player in the league, and I mean the storyline fits. Now, I'm just saying he's the best
player in the league.
I'm saying he's the best player in the league because if I'm gonna be a Nets fan, I have to hype up my guys. Okay, but KD's still top 3. He's still top 3 in the league. I think.
We'll see once he plays a game, man.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Once he plays a game, then we'll know for sure. But being a fan, I have to hype up my guys. He's already top 3, so I can say he's the best in the league. Anyway, you got him. You got Kyrie, who already is one of my favorite players. It's not even just how he plays on the court, just how he thinks too off the court. So you put 2 of those dudes. Brooklyn, I mean, I don't know if you guys know. I mean, you guys know me that long enough. I've always been a fan of like Brooklyn, New York, just the culture of it.
You've always been a bandwagon.
Yeah.
I've always been a bandwagon of what?
This is new to me, man. This whole Brooklyn thing, that's new to me.
Okay. Well,
you that type of choose my words wisely.
No.
Hold on. You that type of dude who like we'll be sitting in the back of the class and we'll both mutually agree like, oh yeah, so and so girl is like really cute. And then as soon as we get any new student come in, you're like, oh, this new girl, blah blah blah. Look at this new girl, blah blah. I'm like, I thought you just said that this other girl was the girl of your dreams, blah 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 blah. That's how you are with sports. We're saying, hey, the Chargers. Oh yeah, I love the Chargers. They're the hometown team.
Why do you always go to the Chargers?
Lightning bolts.
I've never liked the Chargers.
Championships.
Well, hey man, look, we gotta keep talking about that, man. Look,
you guys always go to the
Bucks
Chargers.
fan.
I've never liked Chargers.
I've seen you wear Chargers gear before. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
I would never do that. I would never.
Your brother. I mean,
my brother.
Look,
my brother. Yes. My brother.
Here's
Yes.
my logic. Here's my logic. Your brother has a tendency to do a lot of the things that you tend to do. Okay. Who's to say that you weren't a Chargers fan initially, and then he jumped on that Chargers bandwagon, then you hopped off and you went to the Patriots? But he already committed himself to a team, and he's your little brother. So obviously he's got to be an individual because you guys do too many things that are similar.
No,
so he's
man.
a Chargers fan.
No, man. You guys have. There's no evidence of me being a bandwagon. I get what you guys are saying. I get what you guys are saying. No. I get what you guys are saying on the issue of being a bandwagon, but on a serious note, I've always had the same team, guys.
Look. I'll say this.
Jersey behind you.
You always have a tendency.
I'm a sports fan. First off. Let's get this. Everybody, let's get this straight. There are people out there who are I'm a sports fan, and that gets me sometimes. So I'm very like, I like Kobe, right? But at the same time, it's not like it's
your Kobe
at the same
time in the background, right? Not your Ja Morant jersey.
Exactly.
Kobe?
Ain't nothing wrong with Ja Morant.
Even Toss has a Kobe book in his background.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a Kobe jersey.
I do got Ja over there, but I always gotta rep my boy too, man. See, I've been purple and gold day one. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Do I have to bring out memorabilia? I mean, you want me?
How do we know you got memorabilia? How do we know you didn't buy that memorabilia yesterday? How do we know you didn't go just go grab as many Kobe stuff as you could? Look. Yeah, we know.
Huh?
Okay, but that's a Kanye shirt.
Huh?
All right? That doesn't.
It's Kobe.
That's
it's Kobe.
It's a Kanye shirt. It's a Kanye
everybody has the same stuff. I don't want to have the same jersey as you. I don't want to have the same.
That's not the same jersey,
bro.
You know?
That's a vintage,
bro.
Okay, don't hit me with that, man.
Man,
but
concert sweater.
The same. I don't want to get the same Poshmark, jerseys y'all get. Sometimes.
All right.
You know what?
Poshmark? Yo, don't be disrespectful.
Let's switch it up.
Do not be disrespectful. Come on, man.
Let's switch it up.
Look. Going back to Brooklyn.
Go ahead.
This is what I'll say. Brooklyn is one of those teams that's kind of like on the precipice of being like one of those revolutionary organizations because they're doing a lot of things that are kind of like new school. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's almost as if they're noticing how the Knicks are doing things and doing the complete opposite.
Or doing the right things, but not doing the wrong things.
Yeah. And they were cool, man. I liked them when they got D'Lo.
It's
just
last season? Yeah, D'Lo. That too. D'Lo was one of my favorite.
One team to watch.
Exactly.
Great.
The series against the Sixers last season.
Developed players too. You know what I mean? They were developing their players too. Their
coach before that, Kenny Atkinson, was cool. It's sad that they let him go, but Steve Nash, hey.
Yeah. Fair enough. They've been up and coming for a long time. The problem I have. Now you're on the band.
All I'm saying.
Years ago.
And I've said this before with football, right? I've always been a Patriots fan. Now I'm rooting for the Buccaneers, right? Why? Because I'm also a sports fan. It's not like every season you hear me like, hey,
man.
You know what it is? Hey, do you know what it is?
My team. I have a favorite player, right?
Here's what it is.
As a sports fan, sometimes it's not all about just that one team. Same thing with the Lakers. I've been the Laker fan since growing up. Kobe. Since Kobe left, it's always been like, So people are like, oh, are you a Kobe fan or are you a Laker fan? Got me thinking, oh, yeah, you're right.
You're a Players fan.
Exactly. I'm a basketball fan. I love
You're
the
a Players fan.
But I also love James Harden. I love Kyrie Irving. I love Steph Curry.
So
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's solidify this.
So right now,
you're a
Okay,
Players fan, but
okay.
you a hoe. You don't necessarily have loyalty. You just like
But
players.
no. But a hoe would jump from team to team to. I've always been the same team. No.
You just said you were a Patriots fan, and now you're a Bucks fan because your favorite player went to a different team. Hey man, no man, you can't have no.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If I'm a hoe for having it with two people.
Oh, by the way, very safe choices as well.
Patriots happened on a fluke. That's just the team I picked because I chose that team when I was a kid. So what am I supposed to do now?
All right.
Now is a calculated choice. Same thing with basketball. Lakers. Hey, I'm in. No. This is before that. I was a Patriot fan back in the
fair enough. You a sports hoe, bro.
That's true.
He's a player hoe.
There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you acknowledge you're a sports hoe, and don't.
I am.
Yeah, and don't try to throw your teams you're hoeing with at us right now because we know you don't keep that same energy when people get traded, the team goes through a slump, etc.
I've always been a Lakers.
Whoa, hold on.
I'm actually jumping off the bandwagon now that they have LeBron. Their team is stacked, and I'm jumping off. So you can't say, he's jumping to the same. So, like I said, I'm not biased. I'm a player person.
Yeah.
So wouldn't you want me to be a Laker? You know how many people jumped on the Lakers because of LeBron? I'm actually jumping off. You're
jumping off the Rockets bandwagon onto the Nets. That's what you're doing.
Rockets?
Yeah.
I've never been a Rockets fan. I've been a James Harden fan.
Okay. So now it even gets fair enough. We're gonna move on from this topic.
I'm a James Harden fan too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I want the Rockets. If Rockets could win, so Harden could get a ring. Yeah.
I don't know about all of that. I just like watching him play. I don't know if he's ever gonna win.
But that's what I'm saying. There's some players I root for. Allen Iverson. I wish he had a ring. But the Sixers are never my team. But if the Sixers came up and won a ring one day,
we got it.
Cool.
Yeah, we
that's
understand.
What I'm saying.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
You a hoe, player hoe. It's all good.
That's
cool. I will give CJ this. Year 2016, this man was trying to watch every Laker game. I will give you that.
That's because we had access. We had access now. You know how the access was.
Okay, that's true too. That's true. But I'll say this: it was a doom season, but I did appreciate the passion that you had for the games that you were watching, even though they were losing.
I'm telling you, man. I have a team. I stick with it. No. If I'm a hoe, I'm a hoe. But my track record is small.
Clearly, it's cool. We'll move on from this one.
It's cool.
I don't even know. I guess we could just keep with the sports.
Hey, Justice, are you a rugby fan? You must be, huh?
Oh, what, the All Blacks?
Oh, yeah. Who's your favorite player on the All Blacks, man? What's your favorite position?
Listen, man, I like American sports, but my boss, he went down to New Zealand to caught me the hat.
Okay.
I was like, yo, I know All Blacks are out there. If you got a hat, get me. Actually, I wanted a jersey. He came back with the hat. I've been rocking it. So just support for him. He was a very influential figure in my life. So I just say, what's up?
Okay. Hey, but don't be wearing that stuff around like, okay, man, this is the thing that bothers me sometimes. You be wearing that hat around, somebody comments on it like, oh, you're a fan of the All Blacks? And you're just like, oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that.
But then if someone's like, hey, are you supporting Black Lives Matter? I would go, you already know. So, like, there's a dual meaning to it right now, so I'm just rocking with it. But if you have a problem with that, go ahead and voice your opinion.
Are you black?
I think
Hey, I was late.
Hey, you know what?
We already know where I am.
There's a lot of new topics we can go into right now. I'm trying to figure out which one that makes the most sense. But I would say I'll just kind of drop this one just kind of quick. We don't have to go into it too much. But I saw California is trying to pass a Black people reparations bill. probably one of the only states to actually try to put something like this right now. At first, I didn't really know what they were talking about, but they're trying to research California's history in terms of like how much they were involved in slavery to kind of quantify what reparations they would need to pay as a state to all Black people. I think it's like, I want to say there's like 2 million Black people in California.
Well, I know you guys aren't getting any because your last name is Ekhaguere, and CJ's last name, I don't know CJ's last name, actually. We just know him as CJ. But I know, yeah, you guys aren't getting any.
Hey, first of all, it says African. I'm gonna start over again. Emphasis on African.
Yeah. Hey, emphasis on American slavery. Hey, is your last name Jackson? Is your last name Washington?
Hey, bro.
Hey, I have
do you know my mom's last name?
I have a English last name.
Ooh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Good point.
African American.
I forgot about that.
I got an English last name too. So
no, man, you don't get nothing, bro. When's your dad coming?
I might pull up. So
hey, bro,
if that's the case, I'll pull up too,
bro.
I'm gonna pull
get
up
paid
too.
up, bro. Come on, bro.
I got a little bit of South African in me. I probably qualify.
I'm just saying, dude. If Newsom comes with a reparations check after 400 years,
that's a dumb idea. Is it cool for extra money?
Dumb?
Yeah, but
you say it's dumb now, but
you know how much problems that's gonna cause. You know how much problems that's gonna cause. Like,
give me
haters.
Give me one problem.
Come on, bro.
Give me one problem.
Come on, man. You know how many haters?
Hey, California is always the state that's like at the forefront.
A certain race is getting free money. You saw how it was. That's different though. That's casinos. It's like there's a business behind it. You saw how it was with people who were unemployed versus people who were employed. Unemployed people getting a check. Unemployed people just staying at home. I'm just chilling at home, drinking lemonade, on my phone all day, chilling. While other
dudes you sound like Stephen A. Smith.
At Amazon, dudes are at Amazon, working their ass off.
Hold on.
They're hating on me because I'm just getting a check from Donald Trump, from Mr. President.
Why are you worried about the haters?
What do you think? Because this is different. Now you got other races, emphasis on one of them, mad at a certain race, which is us, getting a check.
Okay, did that race have
why
to
don't
do
we get a check for
years?
Hey, we've been saying that. Did we? They still mad. They still think, is that enough?
Be mad, but
that's not enough, bro. That's not enough. I'm just saying. Hey, that's it. I'll take the check happily. But
you're not getting anything, but you sound like you're bitter because you're not gonna get nothing, and now you're just trying to ruin it for every other Black person.
No, I'm saying send it. I know I'll get one, even if I don't. Hey, cool. If I don't, cool. It's not.
Justice is the only one that qualifies to probably get one.
Even if I don't get one, it's not about me. It's not about me. For the other people who deserve it, cool. You guys.
Everyone that says it's not about
I'm just saying
about them.
But what I'm saying is it's going to be an issue. I'll be on the front lines with you. I'll be over there when it's a war. But I'm just saying it's going to be a war, though.
Man, I don't think I want to be in the front lines with you, man. You're going to be that dude that you stand next to. They'd be like, hey, I don't know, man. They're going to kill us, I mean,
I'm just smart.
Smart.
I like to move. If you slow.
If they within 50 meters, I'm out.
If you slow me down, I'm sorry, bro.
See, he's the type of dude who just like his partner will get shot or something and be like, oh, where were you? Why did he get shot? It's like, oh, I was supposed to protect you.
He's just
exactly. Am I supposed to protect you? Am I supposed to protect? Exactly. We both in the front line together, right? Are you protecting me? Nah. So we going out there. If you slowing me down, I'm sorry, bro. Let's go.
What good am I gonna be to you if I'm dead too?
Exactly.
TJ would be like, he'll be a part of like the Spartan army, and they'll be like, no man's coming back alive. If we die, we all die. And then like everyone else dies, this nigga walking back.
He's like, hey man, that was a choice.
Hey man, you gotta be smart. Man. Last man standing, man.
Wait, what happened? What happened to everybody? How come you're the only one who made it back? Hey, I don't know. Like everyone else decided to take a.
Everybody else was stupid.
Hey man.
They sent me back to give word to protect the rest of the village.
Oh yeah, he would actually say some sly shit like that. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm the messenger. They wanted to send a message."
I volunteered to come back.
I had to come back so y'all could remember this day. I had to tell the story.
It had to be televised, man. I'm the messenger. I got the owl on my back, man.
Look, man, somebody get a tattoo artist and let me just write down what happened on my back. Oh man. Hey, look. If that ends up happening though, it'll be interesting. But I honestly don't think that, especially with the calamity of like the way that it is right now, people can't be too mad. As a matter of fact, it would be perfect timing to actually put something like that, like propose something like that. It's actually, it would be perfect timing to do it. Any other time, then there would probably be some outrage, but with all these feelings,
if there was any time,
Hey man, shout out California, man. Always, because if California puts it forward, there's
Other
a typical
places.
trend when California.
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. What about the South, bro? It's just hard to think, but hey, it is what it is.
What about the South? What do you mean by what about the South?
You know how long it took for other states to follow like the end of like slavery and stuff like that. Certain laws.
But the South has an extra chromosome, bro. You forgot, man.
Exactly. So I'm just saying.
That's on the South.
The aftermath of it all.
Who cares about?
You're gonna have those. You're gonna have those people, bro. You're gonna have those people who are like, oh, why do they get money? It's not like, oh, you guys can come to McDonald's and get a free burger on this day. No, this is money. This is a check.
Okay.
Oh.
So what? Look, man, for generations, Black people have always had to kind of be in like the back burner, always playing catch up. All right. If there's people that are too ignorant to sort of, wake up to that reality and get bitter and butthurt over reparations, they're living a miserable life. Nobody's going to care about their outrage. Also, probably have a small penis. All right. There's some sort of, Napoleon complex going on over there for anybody to even be gravitated to hate on another person because they're coming up. Come on, man. Who cares about those people? Who cares? Be mad.
Another thing too is Black people are probably the only race of people who have went through some sort of major tragedy. I'm not gonna say like a Holocaust situation, but definitely like we're
definitely a Holocaust situation. What are you talking about, man? Worse than a Holocaust.
Not Holocaust. It was more open.
Let me finish.
It was more. Okay, go ahead.
Let me finish. So what I'm saying is, like, if you look at like Native Americans, even look at the Jews back in World War II, they suffered this really like tragic situation, and then they were given something after World War II. The Jews were given land in Israel, right? And obviously, after the Native American situation, they have land right now too. Black people are probably the only people who've had like a major tragedy like that, and we haven't gotten anything. So for someone to say like, here's, I don't even know how much money would be, like, here's $2,000 or $3,000, whatever it is, like,
that's still not enough
as an apology to like the systematic racism environment that we put you guys in and kind of, prevent you guys from scaling the corporate ladder and stuff like that. What do you think we're going to do with that? Most people are going to go spend it on just stuff or whatever. Like, it's not really that. It's not like getting land. Imagine getting actual land. Land is worth a lot of money. We're getting money that's pretty much, devalued.
So, yo. So do you feel like this reparations would just be kind of like a hush money type of thing? Because the real outrage, because you made some really good points. Everybody else got some sort of ownership of property. That's residual income for eternity,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Native Americans, casinos, land, Jewish people. I mean, first of all, you're Jewish, so you got Jewish money. Second of all, you're given this land in Israel. Now there's a whole conflict over that too, but that's a different story. But you're given land that's immortalized.
Mm-hmm.
They're proposing reparations, but hypothetically speaking, you get $2,000 for reparations. I don't know if they're gonna do like a, kind of like what they're doing with this EDD thing, where they're giving you money like every week or whatever. But what's more valuable? Like, would a certain portion of land or property be more valuable, or this pseudo hush money type of thing, if you want to look at it that way?
I mean, it depends on your situation that you're in, but in the long run, it's the land. You want the land. But if you're struggling for cash and you're really broke, then you probably just take the money and just like, all right, yeah.
But that's the thing too, is like they probably realize and recognize that there's a lot of people within, African American community that are going through that sort of situation. So they're just giving you guys like this. Plus, this is like the perfect time to do it too. The calamity of how things are, reparations, put it forward. But then that's also like beneficial for them, because it's like now they can sort of veer you guys away from an even bigger outrage. Because you think about like the people that have been taken advantage of the most during colonialization. Think about one part of Africa that hasn't been colonized. Do you guys know?
Mm-mm.
Exactly. Answer is Ethiopia, but everything else, colonized. Your land's been taken. You've been shipped out to this country that, like African Americans actually built this country. Literally built this country. And there's no sort of payback for that. It's also a huge ask to like, you'd have to galvanize a lot of people to be outraged to sort of, want proper compensation.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a new topic or subject. They've been talking about this for a long time. I was just surprised that this is even being discussed as a potential bill on the next election to vote on and stuff. So we'll see what happens with it. Apparently, they've denied a lot of the police reform bills in California, like like the defund police bills, stuff like that. Those have been denied. So this one, they're saying like, oh, Governor Newsom is like really looking into it, and they may try to really get it pushed through the California.
Whoa! So that makes it an even bigger thing, because it's like now they're giving reparations, so you guys can shut up about police reform. And they can continue to. Did you get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I see where you're going with it. Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, we'll see what happens. What all we can ask for is progress. So if we're getting paid money, that wasn't happening last year. We were still getting killed and going to jail and stuff like that. So now if I'm getting some money out of it, I'm like, all right, cool. Because right now, I don't know about CJ, but I don't expect anything. So if I get something, like that's better than getting nothing or getting my ass beat by the cops or whatever.
Okay, but what if you get that, but also get your ass beat by the cops the next day, and you can never enjoy that money?
Hey, now I have money for bail. So
no, I'm like, what if you get killed?
And maybe it was my time, but then now I can give the money away to someone. It's always better to have something. This is the problem a lot of people have.
Yeah, but
no,
why not both?
Let me expand. Yeah, fair enough. In a perfect world, yeah, I want both.
Of course, yeah.
But one thing that people watch too many movies and TV shows, and they realize like you watch a TV show, right? And you see like the mafia boss, and he's like, "Hey, man, you could go to the cops and turn us all in, or you go back home to your wife, you kiss your kids to go to sleep, and you take this money and you have a nice vacation. You didn't see anything. We didn't do anything. I don't hear from you again." The guy's like, "Oh, my morals, all this different stuff. Oh, like I'm a journalist. I gotta have my integrity." In the real world, you take the deal because it's always better to have something than nothing. Why would you put yourself in a situation where you don't have as many resources, or like you're almost in a losing situation for no reason? They don't have to do anything for you. The fact that you're getting something is clearly a better situation than getting nothing. So I would take the money every single time, because the reality is they don't have to do anything.
What if the reality for them is also this, that, you know, the level of outrage is starting to galvanize to a point where in the near horizon, they're seeing a possible problem that can arise for them. So now they're acting, you know, quickly and fast to sort of like, you know, handle it before it becomes a huge problem for them.
What's
Thus,
worse?
hush money in the form of reparation.
You get shot in the head. What's worse though? You get shot in the head right there, or you go and you come up with another plan with some extra money in your pocket.
Well, yeah, but how many people are going to be woken up to the possible reality of that, though?
We're trying to wake niggas up. That's the whole point.
Stay woke.
Wake people up.
Hey, stay woke.
Okay, man.
we trying to wake y'all up, man. That's it.
See it for what it is, man. Look at it closely.
Hey, it's like my boy Childish Gambino said, stay woke. These dudes creeping.
Hey, shout out Food's Gone Wild. Look at it closely.
Oh man. All right, CJ, I know you came in a little bit later. Did you have anything on your mind that you want to talk about? Any topics you want to go over?
Since we on the political side, so we talked about Kyle, whatever that kid's name, who shot up that rally, killed those two people.
Yeah, Rittenhouse.
So Rittenhouse, Kyle Rittenhouse. So Donald Trump Jr. is giving a speech, and his defense to the kid is we all did stupid stuff when we were 17. We all did stupid stuff when we were 17. I mean, he's right. Hey, we've done some stupid stuff. When I was 7, what was that one show? When I was 17? Didn't they have a show like that or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
When I was 17, I remember.
I killed 2 people in cold blood. When I was 17, I shot 2 people on the temple. You know how it is. Come on, man.
You know, maybe for a certain demographic, we all have different experiences at a certain age.
Bro.
But why are they so quick to humanize him, though? Because if that was a black dude that did that, he's already in jail. He's not coming out of that alive. But they have no problem humanizing him because his name is Kyle and his last name is Rittenhouse.
This guy came out with like a Call of Duty like custom outfit and stuff. Like, I think he actually said hi to the cops and got some water from them.
Yeah. He just walked through, went home.
This dude looking like an in-shape Bobby Hill, like slightly better shaped Bobby Hill, with a long gun rifle and shit and shooting people. It didn't even hesitate either. Just shot him dead. Boom.
He was trained. That's another thing. This guy wasn't just some kid.
He has a whole TikTok page of him shooting stuff.
Dude, it's crazy because anybody in the south side of Chicago will be tried as an adult. Are they trying him as an adult?
But
you know
it just goes to show you, man, like everyone doesn't that's the defense.
Dude, Donald
It's
Trump.
a double standard.
I'm actually impressed with the sister.
Also, man, the Trumps just don't they have a tendency, is it hereditary, to just say the worst possible thing?
Of course.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm actually impressed with the sister because I haven't heard anything crazy from her yet. Ivanka?
But she's a girl.
She's obviously the smart one.
Yeah, she's smart though.
Even more reason to say dumb stuff.
No. But you could tell she was smart back on the show. Back when you would see her on the show. She was smart though.
Well, it's smart.
I mean, just by hearing like the way she speaks too, you could tell she's the only person that has like her head's. The thing is, like, for her, the unfortunate thing is that she is obligated to back up her family. Anytime they say ridiculous things, she has to come into the picture and be more articulate about their ridiculousness. That's also a tough job. That's also like tough to sort of,
That's a good point though. Because you don't really hear about her after everything that happens. Like you don't hear like, oh, she commented, or like you don't hear about her.
Yeah. I mean, the whole family has said dumb stuff. The whole family has said dumb stuff except for her.
Yeah.
Even Melania said dumb stuff. What did she say? Be best? Whatever. She messed up her grammar.
Melania had trouble because she didn't hold Trump's hand in public. When they were
she's just more, but her thing is she's just more of like, we all know
she gave it away. She gave it away.
She ain't trying to be there.
We know why you're there. Okay. Yeah. But also, you're not playing the part well enough. It's all good.
Yeah.
But definitely Ivanka, she's been the most, I guess, professional about this whole, anytime she's in the public eye.
Now, we talking about when I was 17. I do remember I had this one magazine with Ivanka in it, like in the centerfold. I do remember having a magazine like that. It wasn't it wasn't one of those bad magazines, like, those nude magazines. But I forgot what magazine it was, but that's my fondest memory of her. I remember having there was a magazine that she was like on the front page and everything.
Let's not lie to her. She could still get it.
Yeah. I remember I remember that was a good point. I'm like, I haven't thought, because you hear about the Kardashians all the time, like high level women like that. Like you would think, well, Donald Trump, like her last name's Trump. She should be in the headlines as much as the Kardashians. But you don't hear about her. Not doing anything.
This is the other thing that makes her smart too, is because she knows how to stay low key in the public eye. The smartest people are the ones that have money but don't want the attention.
Yeah.
So she also does a good job of that too, because who knows what she's doing in the background too, you know what I mean? It wouldn't be too far-fetched to think that she's actually the one that's running the whole show and everybody else is just her puppets. No. I don't know, man. I'm just putting it out there, man. Wouldn't be too ridiculous, though.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it is impressive that she's just managed to kind of stay pretty decent reputation in that sort of family, in this sort of climate right now.
And being a girl, too.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to give her a little bit. Even when Trump threw her under the bus with that whole, like...
Isn't she married? Does she have kids? Or what's her marital status?
She is married. She's married to that dude that looks like a doofus, Jared Kushner.
Oh, man. I guess I guess it's easy to stay low key if you ain't single,
Yeah.
If you settle down with some cuck. I guess
that also makes her smart too. She nabbed the cuck.
Exactly. Like some girl I don't want to mention. But hey, they living their best life though.
Oh,
they living their best life.
I'm
talking about your girl, Toss.
First of all, she's not my girl. Okay.
Well, you're.
Oh. Man, save it for the Patreon. Save it for the Patreon. It's all good. Save it for the Patreon. Hey, man, you know what?
Hey, I respect women like that. I respect women like that. I respect women like who can do that.
It works for all parties involved. I'll say that. But
yeah, that's why I love it. That's why I love it, man.
But just going back to that though, like for somebody like her, she wears the pants in the relationship. She's got a good head on her shoulders, able to stay low key even though they've got money. You gotta respect that. Whether or not you don't.
Yeah, kind of like Rihanna. High class woman. You don't hear her about you don't hear tabloids. You don't hear bad tabloids about her. For someone that high as her status. Okay, go on. What?
Well, first of all, she got beat up by Chris Brown.
That's not a bad thing on her.
That she did. Like something she did or said.
Hold on. You guys let me finish my point, all right?
Because I knew you were gonna go to that.
Okay, I had more points than just Chris Brown. That was just my first point.
Okay, what other?
All right, so Chris Brown, right? The thing that most people don't understand with this, and I have no idea. I'm just saying, you don't get beat up for no reason. Okay. So
now, before we get into that,
okay, there's getting beat up and there's getting mauled, bro.
So what about the Megan thing? You gonna say, oh, you don't get shot at for no reason?
Well, apparently he was. I don't know what happened. I said,
okay. Apparently he was drunk.
That's what everyone says. Man. Hey, I don't know what happened. I'm just saying.
Anyway, all I'm saying is, for someone to be that high of a status, like, you don't hear bad things about them. Like, they kind of take care of themselves. You know, they know how to carry themselves. Rihanna, another example of that. Recently, she's in the tabloids, but for what reason? Because she fell off an electric scooter, one of those electric scooters, and she got it was a bad accident. I guess she got like a black eye or something, like a bruise on her forehead or whatever. So that's the only reason.
I'm pretty sure Rihanna
was she hanging out with Chris Brown too, and they were both riding scooters.
That's what the jokes, you let but that's it. That's what I'm saying. Like, you like little things, and that's what people got to take though. Because you don't really hear about these people, so you got to take what you can get. Like, oh, they're finally in the tabloids, but it's for some small stuff, you know.
Okay, so Rihanna was dating that one this really rich Indian dude.
I'm
pretty sure she put her hands on that dude, and she looked like she was.
I'm not that.
She was wearing the pants in that relationship as well.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the women. They, that hold the pants that have the pants in a relationship. Now, I'm not gonna say she put his hands on them. If she did, I mean, that's on him. I mean, hey, you see the different type of dudes. Maybe, like, to your point. Oh, you don't. Maybe you try that with Chris Brown, and hey, I don't know. Hey, I don't know. But you still gotta respect the woman.
Fair enough.
Hey, she gonna take her chances one time, and maybe she gonna get knocked out.
My whole thing is
she probably did put her hands on that dude though.
She gonna get back up, and she gonna start swinging again.
Dude, I don't think
But she also probably did try some stuff on Chris Brown, but Chris Brown was the real one. He was just like,
you remember, the Beyonce family. I'm gonna say the Beyonce, not the Jay-Z family, the Beyonce family. Beyonce got their pants in. You saw Solange go at Jay-Z like, she like,
oh, yeah, in the elevator.
Family,
all I'm
they
saying
don't play.
Is,
Jay-Z get beat. Jay-Z, you gonna cheat on me? You gonna cheat on me? Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring that bat. You think she had that bat in that Lemonade video for nothing? Nah. Jay-Z was getting that work.
Oh man. I'm just saying Rihanna wasn't the best example to use. That's all I'm trying to say. I get an example of like some woman who doesn't get into a lot of trouble. I'm like, Rihanna, that's the one you want to go with, bro? From the Caribbean, from the streets. Well, Rihanna.
I mean, she's a high-profile person though. She's in the public eye constantly. Like, there's almost not even like multi-million, almost close to 1 billion people that know of Rihanna. She's in the public eye, and she knows how to carry herself to the point where there isn't a lot of controversy surrounding her that she started.
That you know about.
But look at all these other people.
Exactly.
You know about their shit.
Like they probably do shit in the background. Like
it's how you carry. It's how you carry yourself. It's how you carry yourself.
I'm telling you right now, Rihanna's for the streets, bro. I'm telling you right now, for the streets. Okay.
And even if she is, it's how you carry yourself. You're not gonna.
Yeah,
know.
But she's for the streets, but she's in the driver's seat though. You know what I'm saying?
Does that matter?
It does matter. Because you could be a woman. You could be for the streets, but you're the one that's trying to, catch a ride. You get what I'm saying? But she's the one that's taking. She's the one that's taking lifts.
Fair enough. All right, I got you there. Fair enough. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this. Did you guys see this? Let me see if I'm gonna share this with you guys real fast. Did you guys see this Deontay Wilder clip that I shared on Instagram with you guys a couple of days ago?
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna play it just for the people at home. Maybe they didn't see.
Well, what happened?
Toss it when we my shit, so I'm just gonna play this for you too.
After a fight, if this ain't your girl after a fight or something big or major after a L, hey, she ain't the one, cuz she ain't the one. If this ain't your girl right here after an L, she ain't the one. After a fight, if this ain't your girl after a fight or something.
So So I saw that. When I saw that on Instagram, I was like, this is all facts. It's facts, bro. If you take it an L and your girl's not there by your side trying to gas you up, trying to help you recover, trying to help you support or whatever, for the streets.
Oh, you done froze up. Well, we experiencing an L on Justice's part right now, man. Where's this girl at?
Yo, can you hear me?
Where's this girl to handle this these technical difficulties?
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Well, now we can.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
You took a L.
Yeah, spectrum, bro. But yeah, what I was saying was when I saw this, I was like, this is all facts. Like if you take an L and your girl's not there to support you, she ain't there by your side trying to make you try to gas you up again, try to hype you up again, for the streets, bro. So when I saw it, I'm like, yeah, it's probably facts. It's probably facts.
That's true.
So all these girls out here who I saw I was gonna save this for the Patreon, but I might as well just get into it now. JJ Redick's girl. He was on some NBA podcast. I think
It's his own podcast, no?
no, I
Is
think
it his own podcast?
I think it was a Ben Simmons. Yeah. Something different.
Ben Simmons doesn't have a podcast.
No, yeah, the other Ben Simmons.
Bill Simmons, sorry.
Yeah, Bill Simmons.
Got like 3 legs and I forgot what it's called. Anyways.
Yeah.
JJ Redick said he shared like a story about his wife, and he's pretty much said that his wife was joking like, oh, well, I guess you're just not meant to win a championship. You're just not one of those players. And he was like, yeah, it was kind of crazy that she said that, you know, like she was just joking, but like it kind of hurt for her to say that when she knows like, you know, I really want to win the championship. So I see this Instagram story where the girl's like, Deontay Wilder just got knocked out. Biggest heavyweight fight of his career, maybe of all time. And this dude, he just lost a bunch of money, fans, whatever. She's right there, you know, hey, don't worry, you're going to get through this, blah, 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 because she knows who that dude is. JJ Redick's wife, I mean, just throwing him out there the bus like that, I'm like, man. I don't know. I was kind of curious, like, what your guys' take is on that. You guys, like, is that just, if your girlfriend, like, jokes with you like that, like, oh, haha, CJ, you're not a big rapper. Like, haha, Tosh, you didn't win the ADT fucking sales challenge. I guess you're not a good salesman. I guess you're not a good rapper. And she's kind of joking. Like, do you just like, oh, it's whatever? Or are you like, oh, no, I need to cut that off right then and there. Like, that's not cool.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. You go first.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it any type of way. Like I'd be feeling some type of way already on my own. Like, oh shit, like I took this L or whatever. Like if she were to come with like a joke, I'm not going to be mad at her. Like, oh, why are you saying that? Like, that's me and my feelings. If I come at her like, oh, why are you saying that? That's me and my feelings for something I fucked up on. She's just making a joke. So but that's just me. Some people might take it a different way. So I'm just going to be like, oh, okay. That's going to motivate me. It's going to be like, oh, okay, you throwing jokes? Okay, watch. Next time, watch. So next time she's going to be like, oh, okay, this nigga, okay. I was, you know, so that's how I would take it. But same way, like, yeah, would I appreciate if the girl was like down for me, like, you know, trying to like, oh, it's okay. Yeah. But at the same time, now there's a difference between being disrespectful. Now if she's all like, oh, that's why you got a small dick, or oh, I'm gonna be with this next dude, then it's like, oh, okay, we going like that. Or she just like, oh, I guess you're never gonna, you know, just small. It's like, okay, it's cool. I'll get him next time. So it's not a big deal.
Fair enough. Utah's?
Definitely kind of the same way that CJ would handle it. It's kind of a test at that point. She's trying to see how you're going to react to it.
Yeah.
Like, to me, first of all, if I didn't get it this time, you know, other opportunities are going to come down the line. For her, I know I'm the shit. I don't know if you're going to come across other opportunities like me. So if she's going to hop off the boat because I didn't hit my mark this time, it's all good. Do me a favor. Hop off the boat.
Yeah.
All right? You obviously aren't qualified for that seat. It's all good. But when I hit the mark next time, and you come out the woodwork, and all of a sudden you know, man, I want to say this for the Patreon low key, but all of a sudden you know you want to mess with your boy. That's cool too. But don't get mad when I want to hop off the boat this time.
Because I got Megan
and
on
you're
this
just like,
boat right
oh,
here.
it's like, yeah, they hit you with that comment. Oh, it's like that. Oh, you're gonna be like that. I'm like, oh, I mean, I thought it's been like that. Because remember that one time when that happened? You remember? You remember? If you're gonna start the rules, I mean, if that's how the game's gonna be played, then we'll play by those rules. You know what I mean?
The girls really be doing that though. They really be like,
of course.
Oh, we're gonna be like that now. Oh
hey, all those the gold digger videos I sent you guys. Once they're like at the end, they're like, "Yay, I'm sorry, you're a gold digger." Oh, really? It's like that? That's what it's gonna be? Yeah.
Really? After all the time we spent together? Oh, you mean the last 3 hours of you eating the food that I paid for and also riding in the Uber that I paid for as well to come back here?
So you're just gonna get me Starbucks?
I thought we were getting to know each other. I thought it was all cool. You mean the fact that when you walked in my house, you didn't even like take off your shoes when you saw the carpet was like freshly clean, and then you kind of just, well, I mean, you said make myself at home, so I was just, oh, and then the part where like you kind of yelled at me, and then you said like my dick was small, and then like they'll just kind of rationalize in that same, oh my god, I thought it was cool. Oh my god, I thought we had so now it's like this. So now all of a sudden we're not even gonna work it out. You're not even a guy who likes to work it out. This is a first date. Why would I? What else is there?
It's more like, yeah. I mean, you notice the like kind of like the mechanics going on in that sort of scenario. Like when JJ's girl leaves him, she's almost under the ideology of thinking that, oh, he's a loser. He's never gonna get to that point. I should probably leave now and go down a route where I can find someone or something better. It's like that.
Now,
with Deontay Wilder, he's a fighter, a championship fighter. He got one loss, but also his girl knows that, yo, my man can get dough and he can beat the shit out of 95% of anybody that, you know, tries to act crazy towards me. She's always going to feel protected. Mm-hmm. With JJ, I mean, he's a good shooter, you know, and it's the shooter's league, don't get me wrong. Also, 33, you know? I'm not justifying her reaction, but I'm just saying, like, the perspective that goes into what, you know, women do in that sort of situation, it kind of circulates around security.
Fair enough.
Security
but I agree with your original point, though. And to her point, she might have just been joking, but I agree with your original point, though. Or maybe I'm even more aggressive than you, Toss, where I'm like, that if you're married, here's how the situation changed. If it's just a girlfriend or whatever, maybe it's not as big of a deal like CJ was talking about. But if this is your wife, we're technically on the same team now. We signed a contract that says you and I are now on the same team. Therefore, if we're on the same team and you're sort of not supporting me when things are not going my way, why? What does that say? Even joke, like, why would you joke about that? It will be one thing to be like, hey, dad joke or whatever, or what about the weather or whatever. But to joke about me not doing my job well?
It's not. Like I said, I don't think it's
how
not
personal do you take
serious.
it? You know?
It's not some now I can, if you're Kobe or you're LeBron and your wife is like, I guess you ain't gonna win championship, then it's different. It's like, okay, you're expected to. JJ Redick, it's not like he's expected to win a championship.
Whoa, hold on. If you're Kobe or LeBron and your girl says that, like, I guess you're not winning a championship, what
that's
makes
different,
you think I'm not gonna be like, oh, I guess you're not going on the yacht tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying though. Like you're expected. If your girl is saying, I guess you're not gonna. Yeah, you can take it a different way. But if you want to take it the same way as Justice is saying, like, oh, you're married. If you want to take it that way, if you're expected to do something to win a championship, then it's like, and your wife is like, oh, I guess you're not gonna win. Bro, then it's like, damn, how are you gonna say that?
Well, first of all, if your girl,
go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna say, if your girl is saying something like that, oh, I guess you're not gonna da 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 or da da.
As a joke, I'm just putting in the context as you guys are as putting it.
Yeah, but also this: if she's saying it as a joke, it's one thing. If your relationship is like that, but if she's saying it as something that she knows that would trigger you as a test, and she's still testing you,
that's what I'm saying. It depends. That's what I'm saying. But I'm doing specifically your context. It's okay. It would be different if you're talking.
Wouldn't it also be your fault because you let her do that?
Of course.
Enough times to make it seem like it's okay for her to do that.
Yeah,
of course, but I like I said, I wouldn't know. It's one scenario that we're talking about. But the main idea is, if you're LeBron James and you're expected to win a championship, and your wife says that, versus JJ Redick, who is he gonna be the one to lead his team to a championship?
Come on, bro.
Was he gonna lead the Clippers to the championship? Was he gonna lead the Pelicans to the championship? No.
Duke.
So to be like, you're not. It's like, okay, but really, what can I do? I can't go out there and drop 40 every night. At least if she says that to LeBron, it's like, okay, he can go out there and drop 40 and be like, yeah, what were you saying? You know, that's all I'm saying. Like, it's different. It's not the same thing. Like, JJ Redick can still be like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna win, I guess.
Imagine you score 40 after your girl says that, and then you go up to your girl on the sideline.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do. You see Russell Westbrook was a meme when he's screaming at the babies. That's me. My girl say, oh, you can't. She said, oh, you can't go out there and score one goal. I remember someone said that some girl when I was in that soccer league. I was like, yeah, I'm in that soccer league. She's like, oh, you're not going to score one goal. I was like, okay, score one goal. Someone had it on tape, too. I sent that shit out to her. I was like, what now, bitch? Who is scoring one goal? Who's scoring one goal? Exactly.
Imagine your girl on the sideline, and you just killed it at a game, and you're just going over there just talking mad trash. Say something else. Security has to come in, separate you guys. Hey, man, ain't that your girl? She a hater, though. She be hating.
Hey, that's me, bro. What you saying, bro, man?
I'm the exact opposite.
Your ass in the crib.
I wouldn't say anything, but I'll pull a Danielle House, if you know what I mean, from the Rockets. I'll just pull one of those real quick, and then then it'll come out in the news. Hey, Justice was spotted with this girl in the parking lot. Blah blah blah. Could this be something? And she'll be like, oh, what's this? I'm like, oh, what you talking about? I don't know who that is. It says you were out here. I'm like, nah, I don't know.
Maybe, why are you even explaining yourself?
No. I was like, maybe it was a fan who actually thinks I can win a championship. Maybe it was a fan who just letting me know that, hey, she believes in me and that I can win a championship. And I'll just leave it at that.
No, but if she's trying to come at you like, oh, who is that at the parking lot? Oh, who is this? Who is this? I'd be like, oh, well, hey, let's go through your DMs real quick then. I mean, if we're gonna do this, let's go through your DMs, because I'm a hooper. I'll be playing. I'll be going to different cities all the time. So you knew what this was, right? You knew what this was, right?
I'm more petty than you, though, because I want her to kind of know, like, oh, this is a girl who believes I can win a championship. And now she knows, like, oh, fuck, I can be replaced, too. And that's what I want her to be thinking.
I guess. I mean.
Hey, bro, you a free agent. Or none, you're a free agent, but you can be traded off the team. All right? You under contract, but don't think you can't be traded. That's what I want going through our
mind. Just remember you played for the Patriots. Okay?
We got to
do your job.
We have a system here. No one's off limits. Oh, man. The Patriots. Jesus. All right, let's start wrapping this one up. Do you guys have any MVPs of the week or any played yourself that you guys want to mention?
Since we already talking about people who play themselves, man, Daniel House. Not just Daniel House. There are a couple others this week that some soccer players, I forgot from which team, got caught up, invited some girls over to the hotel room. You know, the bubble, the soccer bubble. The girls obviously, fellas, if you got girls coming over and you guys are gonna get a little crazy, that means not toss. You'll understand what I'm saying. When you have those nights with, you know, some females that aren't those regular, you know, Netflix and chill nights.
Hold on. Why do you say toss? I don't know what you're saying too.
Well,
the fact that you reacted like that already, you know.
I mean, no.
Kind of just.
Yeah, I'm reacting like that because he's pointing. Like the perception is Toss is the only one on the channel who understands.
Because there's. I don't want to get too, because we'll save it for the Patreon.
Look, man, yeah, we'll say that for the Patreon. Go ahead. What was your question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But yeah, so there's those. Yeah, when you get there's those nights where, you know, don't have your phones on.
Yeah, I know.
You don't want them with the phones. So these guys got these girls in there and they got their phones out. It's on Snapchat. Obviously, people are like, wait, aren't these guys in a bubble? And they got caught up. League told them, yo, you guys got to leave. They messed up their money. Daniel House, NBA player, Rockets. Your team is down, 2-1 before this happens. Your team needs you. You know, you're in the playoffs trying to get to the conference finals, and you're out here with one of the COVID workers, you know, in the hotel room. And you got a family back home. This is a soldier who went out to war, you know, to fight on the battle lines. And he out there, you know, in the foreign land with the foreign women. He got a family and a kid at home, though.
People got to eat.
Here's the thing, man. If you're going to post a story or do something like that on social media, these guys do know that there's a setting on there where you could hide it. You could hide the view of certain people, right? They know you could put it on this thing called close friends, where only your boys or the people that...
No, the girls were doing it, though. Not them.
Oh.
The girls had their phones recording, like, you know, while they were hanging out.
Well, yeah, at that point, you know...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gotta tell the girls, yo, put that phone away or keep... That's why, you know, these high celebrities are like, you know, give me your phone.
The
Trey
Songz thing, this gonna be like a... It's gonna be like a Gambino show in Joshua Tree. Hey, put your phone in the damn basket.
Which is fair, and women know that. If you're, like I said, toss, you probably been in those situations where it's like, yo, what we're doing tonight, like, I need you to put your phone away, and they understand. They're like, yeah, and you too, because it's not like I'm gonna have my phone out. Well, we're all hanging out, like no one has their phones out.
I mean, most of the time, like, girls don't even want to be, like, in situations like that. Most girls are trying to, unless they're trying to show off to their friends and stuff.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, it's not no Netflix and chill type night. Like, you're out with the girl, like, regular dudes, like, and the girls, and the girl's just on her phone.
Yeah, a nice
like, this is like those type of nights where it's like, yo, you got it. We get in a hotel. Low key, like, we just in the room all night. You know, there's no reason for phones.
Well, the thing about that is this, because I always know, like, a girl is always gonna try to, like, show her friends, like, "Ooh, I'm doing this now." Just don't advertise me. Just don't advertise. If you want to take a picture of the place,
too. No, yeah.
You know, if you want to take a picture of, you know, the pool or whatever.
No,
but that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's the outing part. I'm talking about once it gets to, like, the, you know. It's just y'all. I'm not talking about restaurants and, like.
No, I got you. But what the girls are trying to do, they're trying to advertise, like, the value of the places. Like, if you're at a nice restaurant, if you're at a nice food or whatever, you want to show that off. But in this case, the guys are the value. They're trying to show off the guys because that's the value that
okay.
So that's why. Why don't you come on? You're a high profile athlete.
So this goes back to the first topic that we were having, like, me and Justice, about the whole Conor McGregor thing. Mm-hmm. If you're somebody of that type of status, it needs to be within your, like, that should be rule number one. It's like, yo, you know who I am. Okay, this is what I got riding. on this. We'll have a good time, but common sense, courteous, just we don't gotta advertise nothing.
I know you here to have a good. You here to have a good time? Or are you here to get for some clout, get some videos?
Yeah.
And pictures?
What are you trying to do?
Take on the first topic me and Tausifur talked about was kind of.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so obviously we're talking about like Conor McGregor. He got caught up again, right? Again. Yeah. Emphasis on again. So what I was saying was, most of these professional guys need to protect themselves. Or even us, all guys in general need to protect themselves better. Have a camera in your place. I just sent you an Instagram about that. If you're super famous, have girls sign NDAs, right? And then also, I don't know about this one, but most guys like to take girls' phones away too. What's your take on that?
It just depends on like what's going on. Like, well, I've never taken a girl's phone away. I've never been like, hey, I've never said, hey, put your phone away.
Well, not the phone thing, like, not the phone thing, but let's just say,
like, you're talking about camera in general.
Having a camera in your place just to record, so you have like.
No. He's talking about something else though. This is like, okay, so this is what I feel like should be a really big factor to this. Definitely screen the chick that you're gonna invite over or have that sort of time with, okay? Because if it's one of those girls that they just have to show, like either to their ex or to somebody that, oh, this is what I'm doing now or whatever, like that type of ego, then, you already played yourself by letting her get that far.
You kind of already can tell who those girls are. Like me personally, I can tell who those girls are. I already don't mess with those girls. Like I kind of already am turned off. Like, and you can tell, like, if they're always on, like, you go on Instagram or you go on Snapchat, like their story's like 5 minutes long.
Hey, look, man, some of these girls be playing the long game. Okay, sometimes some of these girls are seasoned veterans. All right, where they understand the social media game. They understand, they've been caught up in the past doing stuff like that where they bide their time. And once they get to the situation, like the ideal situation where they want to be, that's when they take the snapshot to advertise to the people that they actually want to show. And if some girls are cunning like that, you believe me, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, again, that maybe that's true for someone like, a big star, like a big artist or athlete. But like even someone like us or someone like a little bit higher than us, like they're not. You
don't even have to be a star or an athlete though. I'm talking about just from a person.
But like that would be face value though. Like if a girl is hanging out with me, right, and I have the same amount of money as Drake, right? She's not going to take a picture of me like, oh, I'm here with CJ and post it on social media. Even though I have more money than Drake, it's not going to mean anything. But if she takes a picture with Drake, he can have less money than me, but it's still like, oh, she has a picture with Drake. So it's the face value.
Okay, but what about this though? What if it's somebody that's so bitter and petty with their ex to the point where they want to, and I'm just somebody that's like, oh,
some random,
but also no, I got this writing too.
But even then, like, again, like before you have these dates or you go out with these chicks and you're in that position where you have maybe not something to lose, but you just, or maybe
you're putting in more investment.
Money. You have money to lose or time to lose. Make sure you scout who you're going out with. Yeah, there might be some things you miss, but hey, that's why I'm with scouting reports. Oh, I didn't know this guy had a lingering injury, or I didn't know this guy had a weakness here, So yeah, you're gonna miss some things. Maybe she has X or whatever. But for the most part, at least for me, I'm speaking on my experience. I kind of know the women I'm dealing with. Have I ever been like sidetracked, or not sidetracked, but like, have I ever missed something or like I totally off about someone? No. Could someone be? Yeah. But for me, I've just never. I kind of just make sure, like, okay, I know who the type of girl this person is.
Well, yeah, there's a 3-date rule, okay? The 3-date rule. So the first date, this is all kind of like sort of into investments. First date, Applebee's, happy hour, 8 p.m., making the investment very, workable. Because I don't know what I'm going into. Why am I going to take you to a bistro? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you go to that initial contact, you get a good general understanding of that person, and then you're like, okay, worth the second investment. Let's go do this. Maybe, I don't know, somewhere different scene, museum, whatever it might be, yada, yada, yada. Okay, she's still cool now. All right, cool. Third date, we're going to go a little bit higher. All right, we'll go to a winery or whatever, Wally's in Santa Monica, don't really matter. A little bit more higher end. This is the ultimate test. Now, when you see some funny business there, then, you'll get your final resolution.
I understand your process, and at some level I may do that a little bit too, but this is a long process, bro. All it takes for me, one Starbucks date, 5 minutes in, I know who I'm dealing with.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure?
You're talking about, because Toss, you're talking about like stuff you can tell for a relationship. Like, I'm just trying to tell like how this girl is, like, just off top.
Or not.
I'm not
like, how does she move? Like, does she always check her phone every 5 minutes? Does she use certain type of words or slang? Like, from all that stuff you can kind of tell. Yeah.
I'm talking about from an investment standpoint. Initial contact for Justice, it's Starbucks.
We're talking about initial. Yeah, we're talking about initial, because we're talking about that initial date where that one girl gets that time with you, or and you're saying,
so that's phase one. That's phase one.
Though, sometimes girls will use you in a picture to literally get you to sort of invest more in a relationship, because they post you guys together. It's like, oh, like now you guys are together, and it's like, we're not really together, but she's kind of like pushing that narrative more and more out there.
Well, yeah, but that's on their end. For a guy, it's like, okay, like, thanks for the free promo.
That's also a test too for you, because it's like,
hey, it is a test, but that's just one of those like subliminals. It doesn't mean.
Well, Justice made a point. Justice made a point there. It's like, she's putting you in a picture, and now are you going to be under the mindset of like, well, I guess we're a thing now?
That's what it's a different.
And then you start doing it too. You know what I mean? But then if you kind of like CJ, where it's just like, oh, you're just going to give me free advertisement, fine. I'm not going to make the face that you want me to make. Okay. I'm going to just keep doing my thing. I'm eating my ice cream. But yeah,
I can just see CJ one of those fucking like high school phone booths or camera booths or whatever.
Hey man, I don't know how many pictures I have.
Happy and stuff. Yeah. CJ's face is just like,
I don't know how many pictures I have, bro. Just with people like, oh,
he got that face that's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
Wait, so are you saying, CJ, that you'd rather screen girls out before you bring them home versus like?
I don't even want to screen, because that's
no,
like too much.
Let me finish the question.
Definitely, bro.
You'd rather screen girls out versus before you bring them over, versus bring them over and still have like a camera there just in case any allegations may come up in the future.
And by screening, do we actually mean like asking them questions, or do we just mean like
whatever your screening method is? I'm just saying.
Okay. No, I prefer,
because you're good at screening.
My method of screening, then it wouldn't be necessarily like asking them, but just scouting, kind of like getting to know them off initial contact. The camera thing, I understand. Obviously, only in the places where like living room or kitchen that gets those corners and stuff. Not in the bedroom, obviously, or private places. But I guess that makes sense for those in the case of, oh, I was at his house. You can be like, oh, well, I got these cameras here, shows, blah blah blah. Of course, it's always good to have evidence, visible evidence, especially in that case. Trust me, it's that goes a long way. We've seen too many stars, die from those allegations. So, but again, it's levels. For me, am I going to care about having a camera because I have some girls over? No, not at all. But will Drake? Maybe, But yeah, that's my take on it.
Fair enough. Toss, do you have any final topics, MVP of the week or played yourself topics you want to go over before we wrap up?
For played yourself, OBJ. I don't know if you heard about.
Hey man, hey, yeah, we're gonna say this. Well, go ahead. I got something to say about that for the podcast because I don't think he's loser of the week, but go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the reason why is this. We were just talking about screening. We were just talking about understanding who you're gonna be with, who you're gonna bring back to your crib.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was thinking the same thing.
If you knew you were dealing with this magnitude of a Tatiana,
come on,
right?
Bro.
This magnitude, like you couldn't tell this is gonna be the type of chick that's gonna be chirping.
We have to go about this on the Patreon because I'm like,
okay, fine.
What was he doing?
Well, here's my.
When I first heard it, I was like, well, let me see who this is. I was like,
yeah.
I thought it trending on Twitter, bro. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like,
yeah.
Well, what? What the
everything? I was like, I didn't really care too much about everything. We'll get into it in the Patreon.
My question.
I don't think it's an L for him.
No, but my question to Toss is like, because he's acting like, oh, it's so obvious that this girl was a thought, or she was gonna do some shady stuff. So my question is, what would give that away in her profile or whatever? So maybe we'll talk about that on the Patreon.
I mean, at the same time too, all of us. Look, I don't want to like toot my own horn or anything, but I feel like I got a really good gauge for body language and context.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Initial contact. You kind of.
I know how to see a snake in the grass.
Why would you?
Okay, and I know how to see a thought within the horizon.
We'll talk about this more on the Patreon because.
But my MVP of the week, though, shout out Hillary from Fresh Prince, otherwise known as Karen Parsons. Yo, she still got it, man. She still got it going on. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was about to come out with the reunion, and she was on the they had a segment with her on an interview or whatever, and it's like, I'm like, she's 54 and still look like Hillary? Man.
She doesn't though. I mean, she's.
You didn't see the interview I saw. I didn't post a link on it.
Which interview was it?
Yeah, I've seen her recently. I mean, she doesn't look bad.
She doesn't look.
But she doesn't look exactly the
don't
same.
have Berry.
Yeah, she
those
don't
some
look
those some bad pictures, man. I think that was the one.
Dude, how many
she doesn't look.
Pictures are there?
Yeah, she doesn't look like how you're saying, like, oh, she's still nah. When she was younger, like, yeah.
There you go.
You can see the difference.
Yeah, I mean, when she was young.
Hey, but for 54? For 54?
She was bad when she was young. She looks like she looks like a English teacher,
Miss Burgo. Shout out Miss Burgo.
Average English teacher now.
Oh yeah, hey, shout out Miss Burgo. Damn.
Now for 54, I'll give it to you. But in the 90s, she was bad. She was like that in the 90s. But for 54, she's still good.
That's that chick from 90 Day Fiance, man.
What do you mean?
That's crazy. Scroll down a little bit.
This on this side or which side?
No, on the actual picture you're on.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, her. That girl from 90 Day.
Whoa. Who is that?
Yeah, she's from 90 Day. You guys know 90 Day Fiance. They have like foreigners. They marry like a foreign person from another country. They have to get their visa. So it's like it documents. So it's one of those shows like it's just funny because it's like a real life. So
I don't know if I need 90 days.
Yeah, she was one of the good. That's the reason I started watching the show. I saw her. I was like, what show is this? I started watching it.
Also, 90 Day Fiance. Who are the dudes on this show?
So basically, it can be a guy or a girl. They meet someone online, then they're from like a different country. So the issue is, well, how do we get to another country if I need a green card? Blah blah blah. So it's basically documenting their life of trying to get married, the struggle with them being in a different country, getting a green card, blah blah blah. So they have to be married for a certain amount of days before they can get it. And they risk, like, what if the person's only coming here for the money, like just to come to America and then divorce and then leave them, you know?
It's just a more sophisticated version of a Russian bride.
So, yeah, it's a whole show. Obviously, women are watching it. It's on TLC, I think. Women are watching it. Obviously, it's like, oh,
of course it's on TLC.
Are they gonna stay together? Like, oh, but it's hella funny though. Like, I'm not gonna cap. Like, it's like some of the dudes, like there's like once like Mexican dudes straight from Mexico or Colombia or something is like, oh, I don't like her brother. Like and the brother's like, man, I don't like this nigga, man. He disrespectful to my sister, man. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, I do not like her brother. Like, blah blah blah. Like, man. They'll go out like he's like,
why does the Mexican dude sound Filipino?
He's like, come drinking with us. So he starts drinking, like he starts getting open with the family. Like, honestly, after this, I might just go home take the money and send it to my mother. And they're like, what? You just gonna marry our daughter and take the money, send it to your family? He's like, actually, I need to go. I said too much. They're like, what? Like, what? Yeah, man.
Oh man, I gotta watch this show now, man.
Yeah, that is pretty hilarious.
That's what happens when you crack open a couple too many Modelos, man. What starts coming out? Man.
Yeah.
But my yeah, I think I covered everything actually.
All right, cool. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call it there. This has been a pretty fun episode, episode 7. But like we said, though, there's another topic. We want to talk about this Odo Beckham Jr. situation that happened this week, but we got to save that one for the Patreon. So if you guys like, comment, subscribe, but then also check out the Patreon. $5 a month, you guys get an extra episode, and we get to get it a little bit more controversial, a little bit more uncensored on that platform there. So you guys have a great week. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Hey, free Bobby Shmurda. Always record the police.